G'day guys, welcome to Scotch Down Under. He's Kibble.
He's Ken.
I'm Scotch.
And today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at a bottle that is not opened and a bottle that has been opened and has only got a little bit left. Is there any difference? What we're going to do is we're going to compare two Ardbegs. So this one has the level down to here, and this is a completely fresh, unopened bottle. So first we'll have a pour of this one. There you go. And I'll open the fresh one. So we'll keep the fresh one to the left. Since we're all lefties, we should be able to remember that.
When you're doing small pours, I'm guessing.
Yeah, just a little pour.
Christina.
So we'll nose the Wounded Zebra.
In case you're unfamiliar with the term, Wounded Zebra is a bottle that is pretty much done. And you really should put it out of its misery.
Yeah. So that's Ardbeg.
Oh yeah.
There's a big difference. This is a lot meatier on the fresh one.
The neck pour.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot more peat in my opinion.
Yeah.
The neck pour is punchier.
A lot meatier and edgier, yeah. Yeah, this.
So it's
this
almost
is
like the
really
Wounded
subtle.
Zebra has lost some of its oomph.
Oxidization.
Yes.
Yes.
Science.
This is the one time that I am not going to say anything because it is just so valid and obvious.
I'm picking up the alcohol on this, but I'm not picking it on the fresh, meaty,
The fresh one is really just giving that beautiful,
beautiful characteristic. This is
beautiful
more.
Ardbeg peat.
The peat just kind of
Whereas,
is
yeah, you're definitely getting
blanket
more,
over the alcohol.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
getting more of the alcohol on the Zebra.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, these bottles are like, this hasn't been sitting in there for years and years. I've only had this.
Well, we only had a dram of that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, this has only been sitting in my collection probably less than a year. And this was a fresh one purchased. So the labels are slightly different, but yeah, I'd say, you know, they're going to be different batches, of course, so there might be a little bit of variation, but I doubt there'd be too much.
I don't think.
But it's
Okay,
definitely
okay.
noticeable.
There's almost a degree of staleness, if you will.
Yeah, they're almost like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like those beautiful peaty aromas have dropped off, which
Just
is
wafted away.
the alcohol content showing through a bit more.
Yeah, that's like bacon on the fresh one. Wow.
Charred bacon, peaty, meaty.
Tasty. All right, which one should we taste first? I think we go the old one. Since we're not.
Zebra.
Yeah.
Well, we knows that first,
Yeah.
so we should taste it first, I guess. Yeah, that musty aroma on it.
And it's actually been a little while since I tasted the Ardbeg 10. And I think it might have been a week ago. I decided to crack it. And when I had it, I was like, oh, that's really sweet. And I don't remember that sweetness that I had from an Ardbeg 10. But I find this quite sweet and there's not that much really strong phenolic characteristic coming through. It's there, but it's not really strong.
Still
Like,
quite
it's a little
warming
bit of,
though.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit of bonfire peat.
Yeah, there's a little bit more of the smoke.
Yeah. I mean, it's still quite typically an Ardbeg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's easily identifiable as an odd. I said identifiable of.
All right, let's go for the fresh one.
It's just more fuller and more rounded.
I'm not getting that sweetness as much.
Yeah, no, it's
It's softer.
It
The
is,
neck
isn't it?
pour is softer. The zebra is a bit harsh.
well that ABV on
The zebra.
no on
On
the
the
fresh
fresh one?
one hit me in the back of the throat when I did a sip, but not on the zebra. But not like. Once again, I don't know where I'm going. Not like it's just like an intense heat on the back throat. Not like an alcohol burn or anything. It was
Just a warming.
yeah, but
warming.
quite strong on the back of the throat as a solid.
Whereas the neck pour
Nothing.
is fresh.
And lively.
Yeah. I mean, a degree of this could be psychological because we do expect a little oxidization in a wounded zebra.
Yeah.
Yep. And you would also expect with a neck pour to be a little tight because there is no oxidization whatsoever. So some of those characteristics. So this will be opening up as we're drinking it in the glass.
I feel like we could actually get the fresh to drink a lot more like the zebra with dilution, because I feel like it's the same sort of effect happening with as it's oxidizing, everything's kind of getting a bit softer, and if it's, could be a form of dilution. Oxygen dilution.
No, see, my thought is you would expect it to be perhaps a little the other way.
Because in my mind, that's what would happen if you diluted something, because it's softer, it's more opened up.
No, I think it's actually a little bit different because when the bottle's sitting there, when you only got a little bit of liquor there, that alcohol is evaporating
Yeah.
the whole time. But when you've got a fresh one, you're diluting it. So the alcohol's still there, but you're diluting it. Whereas this, it's evaporating, it's going, it's disappearing. So it's not actually in there anymore.
Yeah.
Where in here, it's still there, but you're diluting it with water. So there's a different
Still
scientific
angry
thing
result.
happening.
End result, well.
I'm getting
No, I
more
think
of
it's gonna be
that.
different.
I reckon I'm getting more of that sort of iodine band-aid type thing off the neck pour than I am off the.
Yeah, yep.
Because
The zebra.
that's more like bonfire peat than that's more iodine.
Yeah, there's more iodine, more of that bacon, that real meat kind of characteristic. This is more the smoky, sweet.
Yeah, bonfire smoke, sorry, not bonfire peat.
There's an almost tartness
Yep.
to the zebra, and not like a zesty zing, but maybe a bit of a bitter note. That is,
So it's right at the back on the side.
but this is softer, more well-rounded.
So I'm not getting the honey, probably because it's been influenced from the neck pour, but I'm not getting that sweet honey that I was getting from the zebra. It's definitely a change.
So I don't get much sweetness from it myself, but I can definitely see and taste, more the point, the whole argument as such of fresh whiskey is better than a wounded zebra.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Because from the first time you open a bottle to the last drink you have out of it, it's changing the whole time. And you're getting a different experience the whole time. So I wouldn't say one is better than the other. Because a fresh bottle...
It's a different experience.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's better, because the first experience you're going to get is completely different from when it goes to shoulder, to half, 3/4, to all the way down. evolving and changing the whole time. Similar to what wine does when you leave it in the bottle. It changes over, but this is changing when you open it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still getting that sort of musty staleness.
That's interesting because, yeah, I'm getting...
See, I'm getting more of the sweetness on the neck.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Adding the water, I'm getting a lot more sweetness in the neck ball.
But
This has got, on the zebra, is a lot more mustier and actually sharp ABV. It's like a little bit more pricklier on the end of the palate.
Yeah, and that iodine factor has just become ever so wonderfully subtle.
Yeah. Still got the little bit of bacon on the nose, but on the palate, it's a lot sweeter. That's a really cool,
And
interesting experiment.
It's amazing how quickly that oxidization does take place.
Yeah.
And that altering, because as I said, we only had this a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And it was thoroughly fantastic. And I mean, okay, it was probably about a half bottle at the
A
time.
little bit less. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So temperature and light and all those factors definitely influence it as well. But yeah, it's quite interesting. Highly recommend if you've got a bottle that's almost done. Don't finish it off. Grab another fresh bottle and compare the two and see what you come up with.
Yeah.
And yeah, let us know in the comments below what you actually find out. And yeah, we decided to do the first one because I've got a couple other bottles that need to be killed because they're very wounded. And I've got fresh ones to compare. But I thought something that's slightly peated would be a really indicative example of how it could change. Because the phenolic characteristic is very quick to disappear.
I concur.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Scotty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Which one did you like the better?
The new ball, to be honest.
The Newport? I actually like them both.
Yeah, well, definitely. You did ask what I preferred.
Yeah, true.
It was close, but the old pour I like because it is a bit more rounded and it was more approachable. None of the high ABV, well, not high, but like the 46% kicking me in the teeth.
Yep.
Because I still get that pretty bad, but both of them are exceptional whiskies, and I'd choose both of them if I got offered them.
It is the same whiskey.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean,
it
is an iconic whiskey, but yeah, it's very interesting to say the one that's almost dead is a lot more sweeter and with a little bit more ABV prickle, and this is a lot more peaty and got a lot more meaty characteristic without that ABV surrounding it. But when you add water, this gets more rounded and this gets
See,
pretty
yeah,
much,
I mean,
yeah.
my summary would be in the zebra there was almost a bitter staleness to it.
Yep.
And
There may be more of that cassia influence come through.
And the peat had lost its edge.
Yeah, definitely lost its edge, yeah.
Whereas the neck pour, even though it's not a word that you tend to use with Ardbeg, it was beautifully soft and well-rounded by comparison.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't have that spiky edges to it.
But, more of that iodine Band-Aid that you get from a peated Isla.
Yeah, more of that real characteristic
Ardbeg.
power.
Ardbeg in particular.
Yeah.
Christina.
Christina.
So, yeah, in this particular circumstance, for me, give me a fresh bottle. Rather than one that's been
Sitting around for a little bit.
hammered within the inch of its life.
But that's what it should be done. It should be hammered to the inch of its life. Means you respected the bottle. Not just let it sit there when it's like
Actually,
down here.
if my memory is correct, at the time it was like, we should probably just finish this off. And you were like, or we should keep it and do a comparison.
That was exactly it. We were like,
So-
let's smash this bottle. And I'm like, actually, I need to replace this because I cannot not have one of these. So let's do a comparison between a fresh one and an old one.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah. So there, until next time.
Have a good one, Christina.
I forgot to talk.
Got it.
Alright, let's do this. My attractive side's on.